Judas and the Black Messiah. This was a good movie. This was a really, really, really good movie. It's about, it's actually about William O'Neill, a gentleman that was tapped and became an informant for the FBI. And he infiltrated the Black Panther Party of Self-Defense in Chicago, Illinois, that particular chapter, led by Fred Hampton. You've probably heard that name before. This movie stars Daniel Kaluuya, Lakeith Stanford, who he's got to be doing like every movie. He's the modern Samuel L. Jackson, because he's in every single movie. This dude can act. I like that guy. Jesse Plemons, who I thought was a comedian, but he did a great job in this movie also. And Martin Sheen, surprise guest starring, acting by Martin Sheen, playing J. Edgar Hoover, who was particularly evil in this movie. Some of the presidents are, I guess. But in this movie, William O'Neill is used by the FBI to infiltrate the Black Panther Party and to help bring them down. It's a dramatization of what actually happened. These are true events, and it shows how Fred Hampton was trying to do something for his community. He was trying to uplift the people in his community. He was trying to feed the people in his community and protect the people in his community. And he had demands that were outlandish, like stop beating and killing the people in his community. In that time period, in that era, the police were very inclined to enter those particular neighborhoods and harm the people of those neighborhoods. And not just African Americans. The Young Patriots, led by a guy called the Reverend, who was Caucasian guy. And he basically had a kind of political Ku Klux Klan, racist kind of a group, but he joined with them, and so did a Latin group, and they became the Rainbow Coalition, the original version of the Rainbow Coalition. Caucasian, Latin, African American, uniting as a united front against police violence. Sort of like hundreds of people trying to do what Colin Kaepernick did by getting on one knee. They tried to protest without picking up guns and running through the streets crazy and shooting people and whatever. They were protesting. It wasn't a violent protest, but they were treated violently. And this isn't me being one-sided. These are the facts. They said, hey man, stop killing us, man. So the police came and they attacked them and killed them. They actually arrested Fred Hammond for an ice cream charge. He was trying to keep himself particularly clean so that the police wouldn't have a reason to attack him. And they said he stole $70 worth of ice cream. What's he gonna do with that? But they put him in jail, and they were gonna put him in jail for like 5 years, but for ice cream. Must have been some good ice cream back in them days, but they were gonna put him in jail for 5 years. And J. Edgar Hoover decided that wasn't enough, because other revolutionaries who have been put in jail got book deals, movie and TV deals. They became a point for their followers. You know, this happened, so we've got to go ahead and we got to dive in even harder. So he said that's not enough. According to the movie, J. Edgar Hoover ordered his assassination, his murder. And if you go in certain communities, they will tell you that certain people in authority will do such things. And according to the movie, J. Edgar Hoover wanted this particular FBI agent to get his guy, his informant, William O'Neill, to go in and poison Fred Hammond, which, if you see the movie, seemed to be a little bit of overkill, because the FBI forced O'Neill to tell them where Hammond and his group were sleeping at night, and they went in there and they murdered him. It is a point of fact that the Black Panther Party fired one shot, right? But the records say that the police fired almost 100 shots. And that's the record. The record is probably slight. The police probably shot a lot more than that. If you see the movie, and just from the dramatization, you'll be like, wow, they look like more than 100 bullets. But they shot almost 100 times the Black Panthers shot once. And everybody in the house was riddled and beaten. People who were shot were still beaten. It was a horror show. They did that basically with the entire coalition. But the movie is extremely well acted. It is incredibly well written and directed. I think if this movie had gone to the theaters and we weren't in the place that we're at now with the zombie apocalypse, that this would have been an incredible movie, but it's still a great movie. It's on HBO Max. It's still a great movie. Trust me, if you can, go see it. I'm not going to give away the whole shebang, though I have given away a few spoilers. Well, not really, because this is history. I mean, it'd be like me telling you the plot of Lincoln. It happened. You already know about it. You went to school, you read a book, you know about it. But this is the Fred Hampton story. And it was good. And the guy, William O'Neill, he actually is a real life person, an actual person. He actually gave an interview once in his entire life to talk about it. And the main question that the questioner asked him was, with everything that happened, what would you tell your son about these events? That's a big question, because you did these people badly. They took you in, they fed you, they took care of you, they protected you, and then you killed the leader, which didn't matter, because once he had been poisoned and killed and he was dead, the police still shot him in the head twice. So that sucks. But the Black Panther Party for self-defense. This was a more drama-driven show than a movie I saw many moons ago. I think it was in '95, called Panther. That was, at that time, was a star-driven cast. It had Bokeem Woodbine, Chris Rock, everybody, a bunch of Bobby Brown, Kool Moe Dee, all of the people that you would consider big names at that time. There were a ton of them poured into that movie. But this one, Judas and the Black Messiah, was a more drama-driven enactment. It was a great movie. That's all I gotta say. It was a great movie. In fact, I think this movie was so good that I would give this movie 9 bags of popcorn, man, because the thought of it being in the theater, that does change a movie. With people around, it intensifies it, and I can imagine what it would be like at the theater, how drama-driven it would be there. It was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. But that's what I think. More importantly, what do you think? Now that you've seen the video, let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, if you like this video, if you like the content, subscribe. And then like.
Popcorn passport. Get your popcorn passport.